All right, good evening, everyone. We're here tonight for a first round consolation match between Dukefirebird and jsmash. Game one of their 3-game series. jsmash is here after losing to Crimson Avix in the first round, and Dukefirebird faced Lack Attack in the first round. So we should be getting started in just a moment here. And we'll see what this seed has in order for our runners tonight. And looks like we're starting here in the forest, and we've got 8 Triforces to start with, as well as a sword. Not clear what sword we have yet. We know that based on the symbol there that it's either the white sword or the magical sword. We also know that the sword upgrades are turned off tonight. But this could be a very quick seed if Ganon's not required, or this could take quite a while as they search for the bow. Now, based on the early attacks there, it looks like it's more than likely the white sword, but again, it could be either one. And they got wood arrows as their other start item. And jsmash is going to check the coast, and we find there's a heart there. Okay, so thanks to chat, we know it is the white sword that they're starting with. And jsmash finds the any roads, and he's going to take those down to the southwest, where he finds level 1. And he's going to elect to leave level 1. So leaving level 1 that quickly, I would guess he's making a beeline for wherever 9 might be. And Dukefirebird is going to check out level 2. And we find level 2's a recorder spot. And so that means at this point we are on either mixed quest or first or second quest.
How's it going tonight, guys?
And I'm joined in the booth by, let's see, who's here?
Exo.
So we're just a couple minutes in, and we've got 8 Triforces to start.
Oh man, it's a potential jet seed.
And we find level 3 up at the vanilla white sword location.
So this came up in the last match that I was commentating, but when they start with the plus bombs in the sword location, is that always going to default to white sword? Or could it potentially also be a magical sword?
Somebody's white. Neither runner having much luck finding bombs so far, or any bombs. Dukefirebird did find them in a shop, and they're the vanilla price, so could always buy them if needed.
Yep, then could be looking at shuffle drop groups. So it's anybody's guess as to where those bombs might be.
And we found level 2 as well.
Yep.
And it looks like we do have shuffle drop groups because we just found bombs from a Tektite.
That's good. And as Chad is pointing out, this is indeed a boomstick seed. We found the book up in the northeast corner.
There's our first large secret. And so it looks like the secrets are their vanilla amounts.
Have we determined whether or not we're on first or mixed quest overworld?
We're either mixed or second, because we've seen level 2, and level 2 was a recorder spot. But we have not seen level 3 or 5 locations to determine which.
Okay. Got the first candle pickup for Dukefirebird.
jsmash, now that he finds that large secret, I assume he's going to go right back and pick up a candle for himself also.
Absolutely. And both of these runners will be able to burn down high roll. It's be a natural progression for them to check the forest while they're here. We're heading west.
Yeah, although they started in the forest, for me at this point I would want to check of level 5 to let me know if I'm on mixed quest or second quest.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Because bombing this spot at Monocle Rock, that's not going to tell you. jsmash is heading up that way, so
we are full second quest overworld.
okay.
Anytime we see the ferry at location, we always know we're on full second quest.
Right. That or the non-dungeon cave at Vanilla 3 location also is
Right.
an indicator. So that means Power Bracelet just got a whole lot more valuable, as well as the recorder.
It also makes this start screen not quite as bad because you can always clip out of that right side to get over to the left side.
Oh, absolutely. And being that it's a full second quest, their money is going to be limited, so if they want that boomstick, they're going to have to save their rubies.
Now that they've it's probably and it's
So we've
just
already
all
seen.
interesting so far that levels 1 are what you're normally trying to find early to dig for items, and those are 3 of the 4 levels we have found, and they both opted out of them.
That's right. We've already had one seed today complete in under 14 minutes. And one not too long ago that finished in 23 and change. So it'll be interesting to see if either of these runners could beat either of those times.
Did you say 14 minutes?
Yeah, there was a match the first match between Lack Attack and Crimson Avix was done in 14 minutes. They had started with 7 Triforces. Only needed Triforce at a level 3, and 3 was right next to 9, and Ganon was not required.
I guess that would explain why I missed that match.
Yep. Yeah, if you blinked, you missed it. The 23-minute match was between Eat My Steel and Raikou Rider, and that just completed. And those guys started with 8 Triforces, just like this one. So they quickly were, well, not so quickly, were able to find 9. And again, Ganon was not required, so for a very fast seed.
So we found level 4, but they've been in and out of these levels so quickly, I have no idea if we're looking at first quest or second quest dungeons so far.
Yeah, it had the palette of vanilla first quest, being that kind of tannish, goldish color. And I think level 2's palette wasn't shuffled, either being blue. But chat was telling us that 7 was gray, so it's potentially that palettes aren't shuffled and we've got a first quest front half and a second quest back half.
That's definitely possible. One of these days I am going to learn those colors.
If it wasn't up on my screen right now, I probably wouldn't be able to rattle that off.
Jsmash is heading up towards the grave, so this is the most likely spot for our Armos item. So we may get to see what that is pretty soon.
And an extra benefit to potentially buying that book is it could also act as an atlas for these runners, so they don't have a whole lot of information on the levels so far, but having a map of every dungeon as soon as you walk in is always a nice idea.
I did not see what that was.
It was a white sword bomb upgrade. It happened very, very fast, but his bomb capacity did just go up to 10.
And Dukefirebird finds the wood sword, which they don't need in its normal location.
I didn't notice. Were extra candles on in that shop?
They were not.
They were not, so we will... They both have their candle at this point, but it's always nice to know which flags are on and which flags are off.
jsmash is the first into level 9, and that is second quest level 9.
Oh, absolutely.
So if gas is not required, we can have a very quick seed.
Yep. And he's going to up an A out of this room. Does not want to deal with that patcher at this point. 3 hearts, green.
I don't know.
Dukefirebird looks like he's going over to the west, probably to burn down all of Hyrule over in that direction.
And that's not going to make things fun with wizard troops in here on 3 hearts.
Yep. Doesn't take much for you to take a death. There's a single shutter door. I think jsmash is going to attempt to clear it.
Let's see if he looks in this staircase. And Ganon, unless there was...
That's right, check for wall masters real quick. And there you go. Let the trolls begin. So Ganon's required. You might as well, since you know you need silver arrows, try and eliminate the possibility of them being in this dungeon. But jsmash is going to up an A and attempt to dig smaller dungeons instead.
I think either way is a good decision. The odds of both the bow and silvers being in 9 are really low, and with that enemy set on 3 hearts, especially given that he knows where level 1 is, and if it's quest 1, that could be pretty quick to pick up a couple items.
Yeah, totally agree. Like you said before,
that is where he's headed.
Yeah, they found all the small dungeons. Might as well dig them first. So of course he's looking for bow and silvers, but he'll also be trying to find other exploration items like the recorder, or the power bracelet, or the raft, such that he won't get held up. Because we still have yet to locate 5, 6, and 8.
Yes. And Duke finds the white sword item, which is the shield.
Interesting.
And this is definitely not first quest 1. This may be second quest 1.
Yeah, that transport right there.
Nope,
Tells you.
that's shape.
Yep. Oh, and it's a useful find. 1/4 out of 1.
Find out when he leaves just how useful it is. If it's recorded to unbeaten dungeons, it's certainly not going to be as useful as normal.
And there's your map, and there's your shape. It looks like a mini level 2. Second.
And the red candle is the second item in here. And a heart container.
Oh, that's a quick dip. So now if you're jsmash, do you head up to the northeast again? I guess that's your...
And it looks like we have recorder to unbeaten dungeons.
It's very useful when you don't have all the Triforces, but right now it's just going to take up inventory space until you find dig dugger spots. Now he is opting to not check some of the recorder spots that were right down there. He knows where level 4 is, so I guess it makes sense that he would go in and explore this level.
Well, I believe the recorder spot that he was next to is a take any. That is how he got to over to the level 1 area.
Oh, correct. 70, yes. Makes sense.
And then, yeah.
I didn't have that marked yet.
We've got Dukefirebird checking out the waterfall. And he also checked the ladder bomb spot.
They confirmed that, that they open. Can't get to them at this point, but...
Duke also did buy a book, so the next time he goes into any level, we'll find out if it's useful in that way.
jsmash finding whiz robes. Not what he wants to deal with at this.
And based on those hint prices, it looks like we've got the vanilla hints, so unfortunately nothing useful there.
That's right. So interestingly enough, the level 1 that jsmash was in, I believe the drop rooms were not shuffled. So we had an item in the Aquamentus room. I think he got the red candle out of a 4-block room. So we'll see if that plays a pattern as they start to explore these other dungeons.
jsmash does get rewarded with a map for clearing out those whiz ropes. It looks like Dukefirebird may be headed over towards where level 9 was.
Oh, that's good. He'll quickly get the information jsmash already has and start digging them. And ladder block in 4, so this will be it for jsmash in this dungeon unless he can find a transport to take him around.
Well, no, he'll be able to get around that because that was a T room, and
I see.
Never be required to clip through one of those.
Yep. It's a very good point. Didn't realize he could walk up there into the old man's. So we definitely have plus or minus HP on the enemy. See these fires going down to one sword hit.
And this could be our staircase item.
Yep. Here we go. Dukefirebird in level 9. He's got to head west to locate bad news about the girl.
And we've got ourselves a raft in level 4.
Yep.
And interestingly, he's
this...
going to leave.
Yeah, I don't blame him. So far, the information that he has does not speak to Heart Shuffle being on. He has not confirmed it's on or off yet, but he's assuming that it's off.
Alright, I'll and yeah, as we said in chat, the book unfortunately is not an atlas tonight.
Yep, so for Dukefirebird's sake, let's hope he can locate that wand. Interesting routing that jsmash took to get to the south coast.
Yeah, I thought he'd head back into level 2 or 3. I think he found both of those.
Yeah, absolutely. I know he's seen them. I saw them go into both of them when he was exploring, the northeast.
I'll also be curious to see if Dukefirebird decides to make the same decision as jsmash and leave level 9 as soon as he finds that Ganon's required, or if he decides to keep digging to see if Red Ring and Silvers are in there.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, it's gonna be a tough call. You'd be beating your head against the wall with the combat that you need to do. It does look like he's leaving for now.
And I don't think he saw that the Zelda's door.
No, I don't think he did either. I just think at this point the combat was too much for him to want to stick around without getting a couple more heart containers or possibly a defensive upgrade. Looks like jsmash is heading north. He's going to check out level 2 first. Nope, he made a liar out of me. He just passed level 2.
He's going to pick up the book as well.
Yep. Don't blame him. He does not know yet that it's not Atlas.
I'm sure he'll be disappointed as soon as he walks into level 2 and finds that it's not.
No, absolutely.
And Dukefirebird is about to find level 1 here in the southwest.
So I don't think Dukefirebird has discerned yet that this is full second quest. So he's trying to bomb open.
Look like it. It's interesting. This is one place where not having keys actually was helpful because everything was south through that bomb wall.
Speaking of keys, jsmash just picked up the magical key on the floor in level 2.
Yeah, I think what you were saying earlier is accurate. So far we've only seen items where we would normally find items. So it's looking less and less likely that Heart Shuffle is on.
Right.
And so I think he's making a good decision in leaving.
Yep.
Especially when you've got level 3 so close.
Yeah, so he knows which rooms he's looking for. Unless he wants to get hearts, so probably ignore boss rooms in most of these levels.
Dukefirebird decided to take the transport up to this other part of level 1 that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, I want to say, was this only 2 rooms up here? A couple rooms?
I think it was 3.
3? Mine's a Triforce that he can't obtain. Not that he needs it anyway. With that any key in hand, jsmash is just blazing through these doors. Definitely have shuffled enemy drops on, as now we're seeing gels drop money.
So he finds a transport in level 3, so we've got a segmented level. And Dukefirebird, unfortunately, going up into that upper section, he ran out of bombs, so he wasn't able to find any of the items in level.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, we don't know yet if the recorder is needed to find one of the other levels, but that's definitely something he did not want to have to leave there without. It looks like he's trying to farm bombs off of these guys. He may head right back in.
jsmash takes a death in level 3, so he's gonna try a different path. And we've got another potential staircase.
Yeah, it could have been a fortunate death. Let's see if we can light him here.
And it's the magical boomerang.
Well, on to the next dungeon. Let's see if he dips into level 7, being that it's so close. Nobody actually wants to traverse a 2Q7.
I think it's a case of you know where it is, you might as well head in. And
Yeah.
I don't think 2Q7 is that bad.
Yeah, it's mostly the muggers that can be a problem. So, we'll see what they have to offer today.
No, wouldn't be lucky enough to find the item that two or 3 rooms in, would you?
No. You can only hope and dream that that's the case. Yep.
It happened to me once.
Yeah, I had a scene where I found the ladder 2 rooms into 7, and my opponent did not. Unfortunately, it did not come into play in the outcome of the race, but it could have been a huge advantage. So it's always beneficial to maybe poke your head in a room or 2. See if you get any free staircases.
Dukefirebird is now looking in level 4. So, answer the question in chat. Nope, no bow or silvers yet. We started with 8 Triforces tonight and found just a few rooms into level 9. At least jsmash did, that Ganon is required.
Yep. Wonder whether or not jsmash has realized he's in 2Q7 yet. He's bombing walls.
And there's our first mugger room.
Yep. He doesn't have the money. He can afford the hearts, but do you want to pay it?
I wouldn't.
No. Well, not on Green Tunic, that's for sure. It's a tough pill to swallow. So he's going to try and go a different route. Meanwhile, Dukefirebird is still exploring the overworld. We'll see where he heads next.
Well, fortunately for him, he's about to head over to the grave because he's almost out of bombs, and that bomb upgrade will be very nice for him to find.
Absolutely. Maybe it'll give us our first look into Death Mountain. Neither runners have attempted to explore that yet.
That's an unfortunate death to take.
Yep. Back to the forest he goes. But we'll see. Maybe this will divert him into level 2 or 3. We know both of those items are not needed.
And we have the bow in level 7.
And the rich get richer.
So I assume we're going to see jsmash immediately head back to level 9.
Oh, absolutely. Now it'll be very interesting to see whether he realizes he can't whistle. It'll be interesting to see whether or not the silvers are actually in here, if they got shuffled out. We still have both items at large, so he'll be dealing with Wizrobes as an enemy set with 4 hearts and green tunic. No potions. So that also means red-blue bubbles are in the mix.
Dukefirebird's heading into level 2, so while not a required item, finding that any key will definitely be helpful.
Oh, absolutely. He just has to go south here, I believe, and kill off a couple enemies, and he'll be lying on the floor.
jsmash is able to get a potion before heading into level 9.
Oh, that's very fortunate. Fortunately, Dukefirebird takes a death in the any key room. See if he goes back in to try it again.
So he's going to head over here and try and clear out the patch.
It's not a required thing to do. He's going to check for the walkthrough wall and he gets it. There's those dreaded red bubbles.
And Duke does get his any key. Now, it looks like red Wizrobes have rolled up.
Yep.
Duke is also going to find the heart container in level 2. He's going to leave. Let's see where he goes next.
Yeah, jsmash found a potential push block room with a bunch of Wizrobes in it. He's only got 6 bombs to potentially handle them.
And I think he left it to, try and despawn some of the blues or to save his progress and got locked in the room above it.
Yep. Well, luckily, he'll only have to clear that room out once, as the bubbles will take precedence and keep it clear. I think it's a bomb drop to boot off of that red Wizrobe.
Dukefirebird heads into level 3.
Great.
That is just a transport.
Yep. That's a key item. Key transport to find, though. There are, I believe, 4 of them in the second quest. 4 connecting transports, 2 one-way transports, and I think 2 items. Yikes. So what's worse than Wizrobes? A Patcher and 4 Beamos? Oh, man.
It's a trap room where you don't have a ladder.
That's right. And it's a shutter door, no less, on the backside, so at least he knows now if he wants to go that way again. Pull out that candle and get a boost.
That's what he does.
Yep.
Now Now, the other thing we don't know is, I believe the door we saw to Zelda was a door on the left.
That is
So
correct.
there's still a chance that Zelda could be ladder blocked.
Oh, and wouldn't that be the cherry on top of the ice cream sundae? It's been a long time since we've seen a ladder blocked Zelda.
And Dukefirebird finds his magical boomerang, and he's going to not pick it up.
Well, fortunately for him, though, if he does head down to level 7, he will get his bow.
See if he leaves level 3. No, he's going to go back in and look for the other item, which we assume at this point is probably a heart container.
Yeah, very high probability. But he will be looking for the boss room to obtain that heart. So in level 3, he's looking for a sandy desert. Unfortunately, jsmash takes another death. I'd expect to see many of deaths, regardless of the skill of the runners, just with the status of their defense. There's just not much you can do when you're trying to go fast.
Well, there's another fun room.
Oh, yeah.
You get locked in a Chevy room with whiz robes and no ladder. And traps.
Smash does manage to get that candle boost. The candle boosts only take 1/2 a heart damage, where those traps will take a full heart. Trying to mitigate the amount of damage that he takes while getting through this level.
And Dukefirebird is in the correct place now. He's in level 7.
That's good. It's not going to be an easy dig, but if he sticks with it, he'll be rewarded. This is knowing your flags is definitely plays a huge role here. We see Dukefirebird clearing out this room. If he was able to pick up on the fact that the drops were not shuffled within the dungeons, this would not be something he'd be clearing out. He'd be looking for the boss room, he'd be looking for the staircase item, and he'd be out. And then we saw jsmash identify that early and making those plays. It's going to cost him some time.
Now, do you recall where the bow was in level 7?
It was not in this transport, I know that. But I want to say it wasn't in the block of 9 in the middle. That it was somewhere, along one of the linear paths. But no, I don't recall specifically.
So these permanent sword beams are definitely helping with some of these whiz rope rooms quite a bit.
Looks like bosses rolled down to 0 HP. Duke's got to be careful here.
Yeah, one of the things I'd like to do in this kind of room that he's in, especially because you've got permanent sword beams, is just to sit at the bottom and just take everything out down there.
Oh, absolutely. Even trying to catch these dark nuts on a, facing downward or opposed in some, perpendicular angle to where they're heading is tough to do. I mean, if you're not pixel perfect with your sword slash, you can easily get hit. And unfortunately, he's getting out for now.
So we haven't run into a ladder block in level 9 yet, but we've sure seen a lot of rooms where it would help to have it.
Yeah, I still don't think we've also seen that red bubble curse. So far, jsmash is doing a good job at avoiding them.
I think he may have just run into whatever it was right there.
Oh, yeah. Well.
If I had to guess, I wonder if it's reverse controls, because after he hit it, he ran right into one of the whiz ropes.
Yep.
And that candle boost that he was pulling off very easily before looked like a little more of a struggle. So I wonder if it's reverse controls.
Yeah, it does. It does seem that way. And he has a potion. He could get out of it. You know, as a runner on these, I tend, in level 9 especially, to mark blue bubble rooms with a heart or something, just so I know where they're at. Because they seem to be few and far between.
The other thing you could do, though, given level 9's location, is he's only about 3 screens from Fairy Fountain.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely an option as well. And we've seen where that has cost you know, runners before having to leave. Now in this case, he's got a little bit of a sizable lead, but we had a race earlier in the month where I think Redbird Red up and aid and saved to get rid of the bubble curse, and in that time, the race was stolen out from under him. So, you know, any move you make, it's these decisions, they can be the difference makers. So.
Yeah, just to answer in chat, we don't think that Dukefirebird found the bow.
No, he took an unfortunate death in that spiral staircase room, which may have contained the bow. But after that, he left to explore elsewhere. He's going back into level 9.
Which I think is a good move, because he has not discovered that Ganon is required yet.
Absolutely.
And
Speaking of,
finds Ganon.
Well, if he is required with no ladder, this is not the room you want to be fighting.
And I think that was a smart move he made there. It looked like he, you know, stayed in there long enough to hit Ganon once to see if Ganon was full HP or 0 HP, and looks like Ganon has all his hit points.
Yeah, I mean that could definitely curb your decisions to possibly go out and dig a ladder. You know, with this low of HP, I mean, for the runners having 4 and 5 hearts respectively, I mean, that's not going to be an easy fight if they need to do it.
Now, on the other hand, though, if he's able to dig a red ring out, then with a potion, you know, at that point you've probably got enough health to do it.
Right.
And Dukefirebird is over near Zelda, so he's very close to getting the bad news.
Yeah, he's got to find that diamond staircase with a bunch of wires. This is it.
He's in there now.
Yep. So he finds it. He gets the news. And we'll see what he does from here. If he's going to stick around and look for items, or if he's going to leave. And if you're him, you got to be wondering, where do I go? You know, he didn't get any items out of 1. He's got level 7 he could still do, and he's got 3 dungeons that are still out on the table, as well as level 4. I don't believe he's done level 4 yet.
Yeah, I think he ducked in level 4, but didn't find the item in there. That looks like it's where he's going back to.
Yep. We'll see. It'd be great if Silvers were lying to the west of where Zelda is. You had to take the long way around just to find the silver arrows.
I know in one of his first round matches, jsmash had the fun of having to bomb through Ganon's room to find silver arrows.
Oh yeah.
jsmash uses his potion to try and get past this Patra. And unfortunately, nothing above him, the Patra in this room. And that's very unfortunate, using the potion to have to up A just a few seconds later. So Dukefirebird is continuing to dig level 4. And we don't know if that raft is useful or not yet.
Yep. So we'll see. jsmash is making his way over to the west. So that looks like one of his transports. Unfortunately, can't access the stair from the right side of the chute.
Now you start to wonder if he might be... That's 2 rooms like that in level 9. You start to wonder if maybe we're going to have to go search for a ladder.
Yep. We see Duke in level 4 now, so he'll get his raft. I don't believe either runner has checked the raft spots at this point.
This is our other potential ladder blocked room. I don't know if we've seen a way around that one yet. Oh, that's right. jsmash tried to come up this way earlier and got taken out by those landmolas.
Yep. So in this level, have we discovered, besides red wizrobes, what are dropping bomb? Level 9?
I think the Vires are.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they go down one white sword swing.
jsmash gonna reset this room here, see if we can get more red wizrobes instead of the blues. Does get one, places bomb, whiffs.
Gets red bubbled.
Yep. That's... Oh, man. He's on half a heart. He's got to be real careful here. He's going to reset the room again. Chasing down the blue bubble. Finally gets it.
And he's left with just a blue to see if there's anything useful out of this room.
I haven't noticed the HP on these guys, but if it's vanilla, that's going to be 3 bombs he's going to take. All while avoiding the red bubbles. Oh no. Takes a death. So meanwhile, Dukefirebird's in 4. He does find his T room. He should be able to bomb around that just like jsmash did. Being that he doesn't have the map, which we know was held by the blue Dark Nut's in this room to the right of where he's at. I'm sorry, Wizard Room.
Oh, we take another death to Land Molas. So, this level 9 on 4 hearts is pretty rough, because you know you're gonna lose some health as soon as you walk into that second room.
Yeah, there's no way to avoid that, the traps, and unfortunately it's 50-50 whether or not you're quick enough to, get that candle boost. We see jsmash getting it, probably 1 out of every 2 attempts, 3 attempts maybe.
And then he keeps trying to run past these blue Land Molas. I think he'd benefit in that room if he just, I know it takes longer, but if you just stop in that right-hand doorway where the Land Molas can't get you and
Right.
Clear the room.
Yeah. No, I think even if he did that, if he takes another death far enough away, they would respawn, correct?
I believe so, but at least you get through that room without dying in that room.
Right. That's right. You wouldn't be beating your head against the wall, so to speak.
And Dukefirebird decides to leave level 4.
Here we go. jsmash taking your advice.
Well, I wonder if he doesn't know that you can, there's a certain amount of space you can stick yourself out of that door and be safe from the Land Molas.
I want to say that he does know that. I'm pretty sure I've seen him do it in past races, but, in these conditions, knowing how many times you've died in 9, I can't even imagine what's going through these runners' minds at this point.
Dukefirebird almost to that bomb upgrade, and unfortunately takes another death. And he's going to head over towards the coast, and we'll get our first look, I would assume, at the eastern raft spot.
Maybe. Might go back to level 1 now that he's got bombs. Oh. And I know jsmash didn't want to leave.
He did not get the raft.
Correct. Nor the recorder. And unfortunately, jsmash, he exited that room with the blue Land Molas. They each just had 1 head left, and I don't think he meant to do that. But he inadvertently reset the room.
Dukefirebird does head back to level 1, so he should get his recorder here pretty soon.
Alright, round 2. 1 blue Wizrobe, 4 bubbles.
Much better.
Oh, absolutely.
And we've got the silver arrows.
There we go. Well, now jsmash just has to hope he can get an early stun lock on Ganon in that Chevy room.
Yeah, one thing I might consider is while you're up in that northwest, do you check those couple rooms up there, see if you can find yourself a red ring? I know you're probably feeling behind, but that... And he's leaving. So
I wonder, if he... I don't think he had reverse controls, but if he had reverse controls, that still would have made sense to do what you said before and go to the fairy fountain. So what is he doing now?
Oh, and you wouldn't have left with... You wouldn't have saved with reverse controls, because the staircase where the silver arrows were, there was a blue bubble in that room.
Yeah, so I think this... we can ask him in the post-game interview if there is one, but I believe this, and this has happened to me before, where I want to do an up and A and continue, and my brain hits select for some reason, and toggles down to the save, and I end up saving instead of continuing, so we'll ask him and see if that's what happened.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened, because he headed right back for level 9. Dukefirebird finds his heart container in level 1. believe if he goes left from that room, he'll find his two items. Now jsmash is going to head back up towards Ganon.
And unfortunately, there's no clear path.
I can honestly say I've never tried a Ganon fight in a Chevy room without a ladder.
Oh no. No, we'll see how many attempts it takes.
Dukefirebird gets his recorder, so he is now done with level 1. And I'm sure he'll get the same bad news once he tries it. Sees
No,
that
absolutely.
it's thus far not helpful.
Yeah, we know the play is for him to go back to level 7 to dig out that bow, and then get to level 9. jsmash finding a ladder block in the route that he wants to take to get to Ganon. He checks his map, he's got to figure out how he got there before. Was it through a transport, walk-through wall?
So we're going to get our first check of some of these other spots that we haven't seen. And we have yet another bookshop over at the recorder spot.
Yeah, so unfortunately for jsmash, only having those 4 hearts, he can't even take a hit from Ganon. Otherwise, it'll be instant death. So he preps, gets his silver arrows out, he's going to take him. Let's see, round 1. Coax the pig down to the corner. Takes 1 fireball, a second fireball. And Ganon bodies him.
Yeah, some of these rooms without a ladder, fighting Ganon is not a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, even with a ladder, that is a tricky room to fight Ganon in. And just the fact that he can't even take 1 single hit from the body of Ganon itself, I mean, it's going to be a tough fight for sure. He's farming hearts off of these gels to try and get up to at least 4 hearts.
And that's the one place where his getting in and out of some of those levels is actually hurting him, because if he had dug a little bit more, if he hadn't recognized that Heart Shuffle was off so quickly, he might have dug a couple more heart containers out.
That's right. There's 1 hit.
And
Nope. We'll see. I mean, if this were me, I'd maybe give this 3 or 4 tries before probably ducking out and trying to find a heart. But you're about at the hour mark. You have no idea where your competitor's at.
yeah, I don't know if I wouldn't necessarily duck out looking for hearts. I would, and I've actually had races like this where just couldn't get Ganon down, and knowing Red Ring was very likely to be in 9, I went and hunted that down.
Yeah, that's an even better option. For sure. I mean, why look for 1 heart when you could pick up 4 in one item?
And with having a potion, picking up that gives him a lot of health. Dukefirebird finds level 8 up on Death Mountain.
So this is uncharted territory for him. This is going to be a large, twisty level 8. Let's see if jsmash can get his stun lock. Does get 1 hit.
2.
Yep. Can only take 2 more fireball hits.
He's gonna use his potion.
Yep, might as well. He's got 3 hits on the pig now. 4 hits. Oh, down he goes. Got a little too close for comfort. At this point, we're seeing him save. Yep. I think he's had enough, so... I mean, he doesn't have any potions. We'll see. It's we'll see where he goes. Do you think he's going to go back into the levels he's already found, knowing that the heart containers are just going to be in those boss rooms? Or do you think he's going to source out some new dungeons?
I'm not sure, because I think my play would have been to look for Red Ring in 9, but looks like he's going to look for new levels.
Now, I'm not really sure how it works, but another option, I've seen Crystal Saber do it many a times, is there's a recorder strat that you can do in Ganon's room, where you can stun lock him with the recorder. But probably takes a good bit of practice to be able to hit Ganon, hit the recorder, hit Ganon again, and not lose that pattern.
Yeah, I have no idea how to pull that one off.
Yeah. Firebird still digging out items in 8. No, he'll find a heart container if he locates the 4 Bemos room.
Is that the boss room in second quest 8?
Yep.
Hate to admit, I've never beaten second quest.
I haven't either. Coming into this tournament, I didn't even know that the unshuffled boss drops was a flag that could be a thing until I watched one of these races early on, and after that I made a point to try and study those rooms just in case the flag was off in a race that I was in.
I guess that's the question. What is jsmash looking for at this point? Is he looking for the ladder? Is he looking for another potion?
That's a good question. I think he would take either. Although, if he finds a take any, I wouldn't be surprised to see him take the heart just to get him up into that range where he's not going to be a one-hit KO in that room. Because you can always buy potions. Didn't see if he picked up the letter earlier.
Well, Dukefirebird now has the boomstick. We've got the wand in level 8.
Oh, that's going to be huge for him. So we'll see. That could be something, an item that can get him right back into this. Especially with these shapes front halves, he can bomb every wall. And fight enemies from afar. So.
Now we'll see if he decides to dig the other item out of 8, which it looks like he's going to.
Yeah, he doesn't know where Bow or Silvers are yet, so I don't blame him for sticking around, but this is a torturous dungeon to be in.
jsmash just finds the letter, so now if he does find, take any, he can go ahead and take a heart. Try and save up money for a potion. Though we haven't seen potion prices yet.
Nope. P-Hat's giving him the business. upon the conclusion of this game, these runners are scheduled to do Game 2 starting at 10:30. We'll see if that time holds true. This one tends to run long. We'll see if they postpone that to another day or if they want to continue to go on.
Yeah, you definitely don't expect to be over an hour in when you start with 8 Triforces.
And there's a heart grab. So how many more hearts does jsmash get before he feels comfortable to go back into level 9?
jsmash is gonna head into level 8.
Realizes
I don't think
it's... Sorry.
No, it's just answering in chat. I don't think that Duke found the second item in 8.
Not yet. And he left. Which I mean, it's a tough dungeon to dig. I'd rather dig one of the smaller dungeons.
And we have our first sighting of level 5.
The Dongo being very trolly for jsmash. And Dukefirebird, you need to get a little closer on those bunnies for the boomstick to be effective. Gotta hit them with the shaft of their magical rod to do damage.
These Dark Nut rooms sure go a lot nicer.
Oh, sure.
So we find a transport in level 5.
As well as a room full of red bubbles.
Another heart container. So
Yep.
did he didn't take the heart container, walked right by it.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's one of the rare occasions where you can actually get that item without having the ladder.
There's a bomb upgrade. 6 bombs.
That's nice. With boomstick, it's less valuable, but it still may come into play. Duke unfortunately taking a death there in level 5. Let's see if he stays in this dungeon to explore. Looks like he's going to give it another go.
I believe this is the room where we found the wand, so jsmash is now going to have his boomstick, but you know it's not what he wanted to find here.
Absolutely not. Where does he go from here? Immediately up in A's. Looks like he's going to leave level 8 for now. Don't blame him.
One thing is it will make some of those Wizrobe rooms in 9 a little bit easier.
Oh yeah.
Not to take any, he takes a heart container. He's going to save.
Alright. He's thinking hand. Let's see if he goes back to level 9. He's got 6 hearts now, so he can take 1 bop.
But I don't believe he has a potion anymore.
No, he doesn't.
This level 5, the Dukefirebird is in. If you had the bow, it wouldn't be so bad, but some of these rooms are kind of annoying to clear out.
Yep. And jsmash can take full advantage of this fairy fountain. Let's see if he can make the magic happen here.
Alright, so only got a few more rooms left to check in this level 5, and since we've already found the transport, we know the next staircase we find is going to be our item room. Alright, so jsmash is headed back to level 9.
And he's taking a different route, so perhaps he's gonna try, now that he's got the boomstick, try and suss out that red ring like you had mentioned before.
This time he does kill off those land molas, and Dukefirebird finds the wood boomerang in level 5.
Smash trying to take out these blue Wizrobes, this NSU room, so he can progress to the left. And these are the 2 rooms I was talking about earlier that I was hoping Silver's might be. And I can see why he didn't clear it without the boomstick. Just the bubbles alone. Let's see if he's rewarded. Oh, just a transport.
And Duke finds our last level, level 6, all the way up in the northwest corner on Death Mountain. And 1 room in, he finds the ladder.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's great for him. So he's running out of dungeons. At this point, he only has I believe the second item in 8, the bow in 7, and the raft in 4 that he hasn't seen.
I'm trying to figure out where he's going right now, though, because he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he's seen all the dungeons. Is he going back to 8?
Either back to 8 or back to 5.
Back to 5.
So, but he's seen both items in here. So, yep, he turns around and walks right back out.
So he's going back to 8. Which unfortunately is not going to find him anything all that useful.
No, the item's still at large.
Almost.
Well, the big shield was the white sword item.
So it's most likely the power. It's got to be the. Assuming that the red ring's in 9, this. I would assume he'll find the power bracelet in 8.
Yep. Yeah, what was on the coast? Heart container?
It was a heart container. So I think jsmash is going to try and get up into that northwest section finally. I think it's one of the only sections, probably about the only part of 9 he hasn't explored so far.
Oh, yeah. And he's just wasting these enemies at this point with this boomstick. You still got to be careful not to take too many body shots, but you can pretty much keep a safe distance.
Oh, it looks like from his map, he still has to explore this central section as well. And there's his red ring just sitting there for free in that room.
Oh, absolutely. This should do it. jsmash now has a total of 12 hearts. He can take quite a few bops from Ganon before going down.
Yeah. And if he can farm a few hearts on his way there, he can be at 24 hearts.
And he still doesn't have the ladder. He can enter from above. So, I don't know that this position is going to be any easier, and he decides to up A. You definitely want the mobility of trying to fight him from the left or right. I'm going to pop out, get a quick refill at the potion, at the fairy fountain. Dukefirebird's still digging out items in 8. Still looking for that second item. It's down to half a heart, so he's got to be careful here.
jsmash is almost back for his next attempt at Ganon.
See, he's got his silver arrows out. One screen away now.
Round 4. Here we go.
That's right.
And you've also got to be careful where you kill him in this room. You do it in a spot where you grab the Triforce.
That'd be terrible. We got 3 hits on the pig so far. 4.
He takes 2 hits himself. 3.
Yep. You gotta be careful. He's taking 4 bops. He's going through his inventory, realizes he does not have a potion. Takes a 5th and 6th hit, and with that, Ganon takes him down for the 4th round. So if you're jsmash, do you leave to find a potion shop?
Well, he has the letter right now, so I do.
Yeah. And it looks like he's doing that as well. He checked his tracker to find the closest potion shop. He's making a beeline over there. Let's hope the Pepsi is a favorable price.
I was going to say, he's got a 50-50 chances of being vanilla price, which means he has enough money.
Yeah. Here we go.
Just barely. Now he just has to be careful not to use his arrows on the way back to Ganon.
That's right. Resources are at a premium in this seed.
Well, he gets
Get
a
the
5
5
rupee
rupee.
drop.
Yeah. We'll see him fill up his health one more time before entering back in.
I did that once
So
when I
he'll
was
need...
still learning this game. I used my last rupee on my way into Ganon.
Yeah. He'll need, what, 8 hits on Ganon?
Yeah.
With the white sword?
Duke finds the bait block all the way at the bottom right of level 8, so... Bait block was not useful for anything.
Yeah, he's got a lot of this level 8 covered.
It may also be the reason that he may have decided to redig this level 8. You know, you're starting to think you're an hour 20 in, you know, against someone as good as jsmash, and maybe you start to think there's got to be something, you know, that's holding him up, and you know,
Right.
full dig of second quest 8 could be that thing.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely a admirable play for sure. I mean, we know that it just happened to be combat that was holding him up. Let's see, here we go.
Round 5.
Yep.
I think he's finally got the stun lock.
Oh yeah. Talk about a sigh of relief. Alright. Looking like we got a couple more screens to go.
Back through this trap room one more time. But we could still have a ladder block Zelda.
Oh man. That would be that would be terrible. At this point. I wouldn't wish that upon our runners.
Why would I say that? I don't know. It happened.
Yeah.
It happened to me once.
I was gonna say, well, when you're not racing, it tends to be a little easier. It's, you know, we want to see all the trolls. Oh. Well. Yeah, ladder block, semi-ladder block. So get your GGs out in chat. Homer jsmash finished in first place with time. SRL time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 55 seconds.
And Dukefirebird has forfeited, which is not terribly surprising given that they are planning on running a second race tonight.
Yep. So we'll probably take a short break here and let these guys get set up for 2.